So Galway Rural Development is a local development company, and we would have a range of programs that tries to support communities across the whole of East Galway and also the whole of Galway, but just today I'll concentrate on East Galway. I suppose we look at a range of different areas such as employee engagement and employment engagement through programs such as TUSOR, CE, and the Back to Work Enterprise Allowance. We also look at trying to help in social inclusion and development through programs such as Empowering Communities, Parent Child Plus, and obviously SciCap as well, which is a very important program across the whole of Galway. And then we have our rural development and our community development programs. For example, some of them would include LEADER, which hopefully you'll be aware of. And it was really interesting there to listen to Valerie's presentation and her experience of more, and she's quite correct that funders out there do want to give out money, and there was an awful lot in that she said. There was a real interest, there is a lot of work goes into it, and it can look overwhelming at the start, but do stick with it, and funders are there to try and assist and to help community groups. I might just go back to something that Graham said there while he was presenting, and that's really what we're trying to aim to do, is to not leave any community behind. So obviously there's been a move away from industrial peat production to this low carbon economy, and that has had a major impact obviously on the communities based around, especially around East Galway, that would have looked towards more of the power plants, etc., for their employment, and a lot of the focal point of the economy would have been around that. So obviously it was a big shock, and it has had a big impact on it. But what we in Galway Rural Development want to do is to assist the communities in those areas to not be left behind, and really to look at capacity building for those community groups. So we want to work with the community groups and assist them in whatever way we can, and mainly that would be through capacity building. So we don't want to, I suppose, do all of it for you. It's all right giving grant aid out and for capital projects, etc. So I just want to quickly talk about capacity building in terms of our rural development, how we can assist in capacity building. So we have a number of programs that we've run to different funding sources, such as the LEADER program, which was Smart Villages. This dealt with communities across East Galway, working with them to try and develop capacity and build the capacity of the groups. One such one was Montbelly, was very successful there, and we've also done it in Headford and been very successful there. In aims of what that did, it looked at the community, what were the resources, what were the challenges they were facing, and then worked with communities there to try and make the most of their resources and to try and help them to deal with their challenges. We really would look to do this again through Just Transition with the communities based in East Galway. So we're really looking forward to that, opportunities that do come from this Just Transition funding in the future, and working with the Just Transition communities. In terms of the economic diversification, again, we would work across the suite of programs here in Galway Rural Development with upskilling people in terms of changing away from the, I suppose, industrial peat production area of employment to the new low carbon economy. And that again is something that I'm open to talk to people with. But in general, we just to let people know that Galway Rural Development are here to assist them, and through this Just Transition funding that is coming on board, that we would love to work with people. So Just Transition and our other programs, it's great to talk to anyone. Often these applications can be quite similar to each other for the different funding streams. So I suppose the most important thing at all possible is to get a varied range of skill sets and experiences across your community. Not always possible. But what I would say is that if you are a group looking to submit an application for the first time, do talk to the funder. So do talk to your local development company if it is them, and get their experience, get assistance from them even before the application. And also what's been said here is the networking. So speak to other community groups that have been successful in getting funding, and that's a great way of learning the pitfalls to avoid, and also the ways to make it easier for you to fund. In terms of fundraising, obviously in terms of match funding, fundraising is an obvious one to try and do. It's not easy, obviously, at the moment, to cost of living, etc. with that. And then you have your private community finance providers such as Concreto, Community Finance Ireland, etc., your banks, your credit unions. There is options out there for getting finance. They all obviously have interest rates, but they are out there, and fundraising is obviously the most beneficial one to the will have no interest rates, but there is obviously issues with that as well.